So my brother is here and he is going over the car to help me out. Found out that from the shop that the O2 sensors weren't plugged in because so basically, long story short, I'll just explain as I go instead of just going on a whole rant at the bottom, at the end. I got my car back from the tuner and they told me that my car is running on only 4 cylinders and that it's misfiring, whatever. Cool. Some of the cylinders aren't firing at all. So with that being said, he said it starts up fine. Once it gets hot, it starts fucking up. So, you know, he's telling me that timing's off. But as I've been told, if timing was off, then it wouldn't start at all. So with that being said, if that's not the issue, because I know I did the timing right myself, and I even put it on YouTube for the timing. So I'm like, okay. So I was able to go back and look, and I did do it right. But little tiny things like checking the coil packs and all of that tedious stuff. And then also just found out when my brother went in the car, there's no O2 sensors. So I've been told that that also could be a reason why it's not running properly once it gets hot. So we're gonna go over that. Spark plugs, the coil packs, make sure everything is hooked up properly. Plug in the O2 sensors. I sent him 2 of them, but there's only 1 in my car and then there were none plugged up. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay, well, oh, the emergency brake. The lights. The emergency brake is up.
Oh. That's what happened.
Sorry, the back lights were on and we were sitting here like, the fuck is the light on? The brakes aren't pushed in. Emergency brake. So yeah, had a stupid moment. But yeah, I'm gonna go, I don't know what happened to the other spark plug, but I mean O2 sensor, but it's cool. I'm gonna go to AutoZone, get another one, and then plug it up. So that brings me to what was done in the 6 months that I haven't posted of my car being at the shop. Like I said, I'm not gonna put out any names on which shop it was, but I'm kind of pissed because 6 months with some shit that could have been done a minute ago, you know. I will say thank you for the spark plug wires that were done, the radiator, and the headers from CX Racing. So the headers are CX Racing, not the full. I'm gonna go get a Y pipe made because that was never sent to me, even though I was told it was being sent. I'm gonna get a Y pipe made with cutouts, so I can have it the way I want, and that's gonna clamp onto the end of this to the other side, to the rest of my exhaust, Y pipe into there. I do want to keep my cat, so my cutout will be there, and then I'll have my cat still on there because this is still going to be a street driven car, and I would like it to be as stock as possible. Even though there's a big ass LS in here, as stock as possible. Like I said, I don't care what no one says, this is stock because this is a stock LS going in a stock car. That makes it a stock vehicle. With that being said, that's what I'm calling it. I don't give a fuck what you think. It's stock. But yeah, aside from those little things, I think the car should be running hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I may take it to, I was suggested by someone to do Fantasy Factory here in Maryland. So I'm going to see about going up there to have it dyno and everything. But before that, there's other little tiny things like now that I have my car back and I can work on stuff, I can work on my seat bracket because even though it's planted seat bracket, it does not line up with the holes. And I'll show that later when I get the light so you can see. I might have to send that back because I'm not about to drill extra holes in something that's supposed to just be a direct fit specified to my car. That's just stupid to me. But in the meantime, before we hit dyno, of course, new tires, because I've been on the same tires for a very long time now. Tires and miscellaneous shit and bolt up the front, you know, like the brace and stuff like that. Bolt up the front, the brace going right here, and make sure all the wires are out the way and everything is sitting how it'll need to be sitting to run. I might put the lights back in, maybe, but I do want to touch them up. But overall, just going to make sure that this is running the way it needs to before I hit the dyno, and then hopefully I'll be up and running by springtime, which is right around the corner, and definitely summer. And then next thing you know, off to paint, and then Madmaxx will be back where he belongs. You want to explain to these good people what the fuck you was just talking about?
We're gonna search that form just like you.
I had to struggle and build character. You gotta learn somehow.
Gotta learn, sonny.
Back in my day. Okay, so because my car and I'm gonna update this in the form because my car is originally automatic going to a manual. This is where, what is this, a starter relay? The starter relay for when you're doing from an automatic to a manual, and I got a T56. So
essentially it's the neutral safety switch.
Basically. So you got to loop this into each other, which is, as you can see where it's at. Right next to there is going to be a relay that's gray. Right next to it, do that. And then your shit should start by the key. So we're going to test this out. He's going to finish up putting on the starter what needs to be done. And then we're going to crank it. If it cranks, cool. We're going to lower the car back down, move this shit out the way, and bring it outside so I don't blow my fucking house up. And we can test this shit. With the key, at least, is the first time.
Well, let me make sure.
And I'm starting my car for the first time with the key and not the trigger wire. So hopefully turns on, we put gas in it, and it's going to start. And yeah, so this is like the official moment I've been waiting for. He realistically, he like a proud dad. Look at him with the socks and the Crocs, talking about some. Lord, look at it, nigga. Oh, look at the foot though. Let me make sure the bitch in neutral before I take y'all both out with the camera.
Last time I remember seeing it was on the damn intake.
That's why they ain't running. Cell phone going through
That shit just shook off so it.
Cargo heater.
Alright, crank up. Let's see if I can get an RPM off of here.
Ain't that a bitch? Every time the camera come out. I wonder if you got a function like this.
Nah, because I just closed it more. Unless you want me to close it, I can close it more.
Was it closed more than that?
Yeah.
I guess. Shit.
I can take it down.
It is a big ass intake.
And it may take a minute. Man, let it run for just a little while. I think maybe like 6 minutes.
But I ain't got
Yeah,
no
'cause
coolant.
Yeah.
Ain't no coolant in the car.
See if your gauge is reading.
Read it for what?
Just to see if it moves. Like, is it still on cold or has it moved from cold?
It's still on cold.
It's still on cold?
Yeah, you can run it until.
If I can get it down.
It's a loud ass car.
Yeah, especially when everything around you just mutes once it cuts off.
I ain't going through a drive-through.
Oh man,
Oh,
that'd be great. What? Oh.
Turn the car off and Lord knows
Chicken,
how to
what?
Chocolate! I have chocolate! We got what? Chocolate!
Alright, so my scanner will not read off of the wire stuff. I mean, we can just try it.
And I say, did you want to read it off the OEM?
No, because if it's not reading off of the wire specialties one, it's definitely not reading off of there. Because if it was reading off of there, then it should be reading to your actual dash. I mean, we can figure out how to wire one in if you want to.
Yeah, probably.
When you know what you're sitting at.
Oh, like a monitor thing? But all of this shit should work off the dash.
They should. But they don't.
Hey guys, welcome back. Me and Lay Pup here. So, after starting, of course, the car and successfully getting it running on all cylinders, thanks to my homeboy, I used his coil packs because the sub harness is attached to it already. Just swap those out really quick and everything works. So here are mine. My coils are actually still good, but the sub harness itself, which is attached to this, I'll take off, is actually bad. So I went ahead and ordered these yesterday. Came today. My new sub harness that I'm going to attach to that bracket and put those quill packs back on and return my quill packs to my friend and continue to work out the kinks on the BRZ and hopefully get it on the road by summertime. Hell, by the end of spring, but we're going to shoot for summer. But yeah, so that's going to be done with my puppy by my side. Even though he is trying to move, I got him attached to my jack because he likes to go everywhere. And it's like, I need you in a controlled spot. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and switch that out. And first I'm going to start with taking my friend's off first. Take the bolts off of that. And then from there, then I'll go over to my space over there and put these on. I'm going to actually take those over there now, because I got to return that to him later on tonight. So, don't mind the trash. I was sweeping up because of my dog. So, yeah. I got a whole lot of shit I'm doing right now. But yeah. Alright, so I'm about to start my car for the 100th time, but it's gonna sound like the first time, but with the key at least is the first time.
couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign.